The vice president did not respond when he was asked if he's endorsing other Republican candidates in Arizona. He's also in Phoenix today to speak at a pro-school choice event. Grisel Desatino, KTAR News.
No libertarian has ever won a major office nationally, so I certainly acknowledge that.
Libertarian candidate for U.S. Senate Mark Victor joined KTAR's Gators and Chad show and says he knows he likely will not be able to beat incumbent Democrat Mark Kelly or Republican Blake Masters in the November 8th midterm election. He says recent polling, though, has him with a bit of a surge after last week's Senate debate. By the way, the clock is ticking to the voter registration deadline. It's tonight at 11:59. Maricopa County Elections Director Scott Jarrett says it's quick and easy.
The easiest way for voters to register is to go to servicearizona.com. That's where a voter, if you're making an update to your license, where you update your address on your license.
Again, servicearizona.com. Early voting starts tomorrow, and ballots will also be mailed out starting tomorrow.
Katie Hobbs is a better candidate.
Republican Mesa Mayor John Giles is backing Democrat Katie Hobbs in the race for governor. He tells the Gators and Chad show he'll also be voting for Democrats.
Well, that explains why I haven't got my ballot yet.
Adrian Fontes in their respective races because he can't support Republicans that deny the 2020 election results. Outgoing Republican Arizona House Speaker Rusty Bowers.
Oh, so much election news right now.
His ground on the 2020 election.
Actually, I'm really impressed with the Libertarian candidate that's running for Senate, but I don't. It's always a thing. Do you vote for the person that you really want to vote for when you know that they have a snowball's chance in hell of winning? It's like, throwing away my vote. But yeah, not really a fan of the other two candidates at all. So I don't know. Haven't decided yet. Of course, in the grand scheme of things, my vote matters very, very little. The election I probably need to be most paying attention to is City Council for District 6, and I haven't looked over that at all. Oh my God, I can't believe I'm forgetting his name. The guy that's represented my district for Sal DeCiccio, represented my district for, Jesus, I want to say 25 years, maybe more. I mean, there's plaques and shit from the 1990s that have his name on it. Anyways, finally letting the position go. Finally letting that chapter of his life end. So I fully expect it probably doesn't. Well, I don't know. I haven't really looked at. That's one part of the ballot I absolutely haven't looked over at all, and I really should. It's not major enough to get any talk on KTAR or to be talked about on YouTube, but of all the things I'll be voting for this November or October if I vote early is likely to affect my life more. So anyway, definitely going to be voting a split ballot because I'm pretty much decided I'm going for
and while that might be a good thing for you, one retail expert tells KTAR there could be some bad news lurking.
This Prime Day, Amazon has started offering discounted memberships to those who use EBT and other government subsidies. The retail giant has also started offering layaway, a throwback tactic that retail analyst Kristen Bentz explains may be a sign of how tough times really are.
There's nothing wrong with that, but it's so interesting when
I don't have EBT benefits anymore. You know, the whack thing is I still had EBT benefits when my Amazon Prime membership renewed.
Mike Broomhead showed that these retailers will follow the money to ensure they're holding on to all the customers they can.
Speaking of Amazon benefits, so one of my great benefits of working at Amazon is a 10% discount on up to $1,000 of merchandise a year, which of course requires that I buy $1,000 worth of merchandise. But what I'm seeming to find out is that it has to be merchandise that's actually sold by Amazon, not stuff that's sold by third-party sellers and fulfilled by Amazon, which describes damn near everything I ever buy from Amazon. Yeah, I just bought a lamp to replace the little gooseneck light that I lost not last weekend but the weekend before. As I mentioned in an earlier vlog a few days ago, my last show on Thursday and then the next day on Saturday when I came in for a little while, and granted I wasn't there long because I was had a super depressed mood and just didn't feel like being sociable or being there. But yeah, I was really struggling for two reasons as far as like trying to work on music. One of them was the fact that I just did not have a stable internet connection, and I don't know that there's anything I can do to resolve that. But the other thing that was making me struggle is that I didn't have my light anymore. Anyway, I bought one on Amazon. It arrived a couple days ago. I've been using it at home the last couple days. And granted, I got plenty of light in my living room. It's not like I need it, but I went ahead and plugged it into the USB port on the front of my karaoke DJ computer just to kind of check it out. And it's really neat. Like, it's got a sensor touch button on the top, which is to say it's not a tactile button at all. It's just one of those things that senses the touch of my finger. I've never really been a fan of those kind of buttons. I like the tactile feel of a real physical button. I want to feel that bitch click when my finger hits it. I want to feel the mechanism. And that's one of the reasons I really prefer my oh, there goes my alarm. That's one of the reasons I really preferred my iPhone 6s Plus to my current iPhone 7 Plus, which, by the way, I'm shooting this video on. Yeah, the home button on this thing is like a touch sensor button, and it just doesn't have the tactile feel of the old one, and I struggle to use it. That said, the one on this new lamp I got is excellent. Like, I touch the right place and it works. Simple as that. And on something that works that easy, I don't really need to worry about tactile feel when I get a visual response and I see it work. And that's actually kind of a good thing, because it's located at the top of where the light is. So, you know, if I had to put pressure on it for like a tactile button, I could see me getting the thing in the right position and then deciding I want it dimmer. Oh, it's got three brightness settings, which definitely makes it an upgrade from my old light. Anyway, yeah, when I hit the, I could see if I had to put pressure on it, I could see me getting it, you know, twisted into the right position and then hitting it and it change. Anyway, it's in many ways it's an upgrade over my old light, so I feel good about it. I mean, whatever. The old light, I miss it. I'm bummed when I lose things. I'm the kind of guy that just gets super bummed when I lose things, even small things. And it's frustrating that I just have zero idea what the hell happened to it. I'm ordering. Finally. I think.
From Election Day 2022, we're giving you information on the candidates and the campaigns with our special Arizona.
No problem.
We are coming closer and closer to the end of the year. Here we are already in 2022's fourth quarter. Well, is it too late to sell your home? No, it is not. Is it too late to get a higher price for your home? No, it is not. You need 72 Sold, the easiest and fastest and most profitable way to sell your home.
Anyway, yeah, I'm bummed just mostly because I just have no idea where it went. Like, I've looked for it and I can't find it. So I just... But again, not a great loss. The replacement is nice.
I bought that way. What can I get for you?
Yeah, I want to get 12 of the snack tacos.
All right, 12 tacos. Anything else?
All soft tacos.
Hold on. All right.
And on those, can I get all the lettuce in a container on the side?
Oh, man. Hold on.
Okay.
All right. Anything else?
Nope, that's it for me.
All right. Any hot sauce on the side?
I'm sorry, what?
Any sauce on the side?
Del Scorcho.
All right. So we have 12 tacos with the lettuce on the side. And how many of the Del Scorchos would you like?
12.
You want 12 Scorchos? Is that gonna complete your order?
Yep, that's it.
All right, $7.34.
Sweet, thank you. She seemed to be really struggling with that order. Probably struggling with the POS to put it in the system. How's it going? Oh shit. Credit cards are in the wrong damn pocket. There you go. Somewhere I had a receipt for $1 off here. She didn't give me my receipt.
Now you have a friend in the jewelry business. Shane Company and ShaneCo.com.
Jamie West here, and whether you're refinancing, buying your first home, or wanting to buy an investment property, you and I both know the loan process can seem to take forever. But now with Barrett Financial Group, Barrett can get your loan done.
My receipt in the... My receipt? Thank you. Everything's in the bag. Everything's in the bag. Nope. The receipt wasn't in the bag. She was trying to cheat me out of my receipt.
Credit score, lifestyle, or life stage, Barrett has loans available. Don't spend your time trying to figure out which mortgage is right for you. Barrett Financial's job is to match you to a loan that's tailored for you. Get started today at barrettfinancial.com/KTAR. That's Barrett with 2 R's.
She did not seem to be dealing well with that job. That was an older woman, too. Usually it's attractive younger women working there, or heavy set but pleasant the younger woman working there. That woman working tonight just seemed very complicated by my order. I get the feeling like the way she took it at the beginning, the way she sounded like, oh, hang on. It sounded like when I said that I wanted 9 snack tacos, that she just out of habit put them all in as hard shell tacos instead of asking if I wanted them to be hard shell or soft shell. So yeah, she could definitely improve at her craft. Oh man, 6:15 already.
Right now, former Vice President Mike Pence is endorsing Blake Masters for U.S. Senate, calling him
I already
proven
heard that.
conservative and the right choice for Arizona voters.
Blake Masters will secure the border. He'll end the crime wave plaguing Arizona. To bring down inflation, he'll unleash American energy.
He adds Masters could help Republicans regain the majority in the U.S. Senate. The Vice President did not respond when he was asked if he's endorsing other Republican candidates in Arizona.
God knows Mark Kelly isn't making any effort to do any of those things, but I've heard so much negative stuff about Blake Masters.
Serious security, according to Jeff Ellington.
So I need to look deeper into him. I did hear he did really well in the debate, but I didn't watch it.
We had a fence around it, and so it was already physically not a
Oh man, I'm trying to remember the date. I'm trying to remember the date, and I can't seem to get my Obama phone to bring me to the date. Okay, Tuesday, October 11th. Oh, duh. It's, like, even if I couldn't remember the date, obviously it's Taco Tuesday. I'm getting my tacos. Oh, that took way more time than I wanted it to. And since I'm shooting on my iPhone, because I tried to shoot on the Obama phone yesterday, and that just resulted in me running out of space, and it taking, I still don't have yesterday's video posted just because of all the hassle, additional hassle that creates, and always my phone goes completely out of focus. I just love how the iPhone can't focus for shit if the lighting isn't perfect. Yeah, because of the extra, try to have to take that video from the Obama phone and upload it to the cloud, then download it to the iPhone, and then do the editing in the iPhone, and then try to export it, which sometimes is a difficult thing. But even when it's not difficult, it's fucking time consuming. And then after that comes the
Still working a crash west of 59th Avenue and still working some residual slowing from it. From 35th Avenue through 75th Avenue, that's your residual delay. Downtown, there's still some leftovers, but not as heavy as that 101. Slowing light from 7th Street to 7th Avenue, spot west of the 59th Avenue southbound freeway interchange, and a little spot there approaching the Broadway construction for about 2 miles. We have a crash list, though, that's still pretty active. Downtown, collision. I-10 eastbound at 7th Street. It's off left in the median. 7th Avenue north of Broadway, collision, and a few others. Reams Road at Bell Road, Baseline at 7th Street, University at Prescribe, and Chandler Heights, west of Arizona Avenue, collision there as well. Dieter Dan, KTAR News.
Well, Dieter Dan is making it sound like I-10, I-202 to I-10 is not going to be bad going west. My eyes are kind of telling me a different story. I'm not liking this at all. No, I want to get the hell off this crazy thing. I just don't like driving on it when it's that jammed up. Oh, here's Jim Sharp.
You probably heard the wrong way crash early Monday on I-17 killed 3 young GCU freshman women, but you might not know they were also roommates, and all 3 were from small towns. I'm sure when they left home for college in a big city, their parents worried about them, but I bet they never thought their young lady, who was a little girl just a short time ago, would be killed by some idiot blottoed out of his mind driving the wrong way on a freeway. And what about the crash survivors? There were 2 other vehicles involved. They must be suffering emotionally and mentally as well. I said in a commentary after a fatal wrong-way crash on the 101 in the West Valley last week that crash survivors suffer PTSD, and that a terrible crash I was in on a road in Phoenix affected me more, in some ways, than surviving a bombing on a road in Iraq. Last week, I tied my time in Iraq to wrong-way drivers and suggested that since car crashes killed more people in Arizona last year than the number of Americans killed in the deadliest year of the Iraq War, maybe we should declare actual war on impaired drivers. What I didn't mention was something that made Arizona roads safer a few years ago. I got sober. I never went the wrong way down the road when I was drunk, but it very easily could have been in the cards for me if I kept drinking the way I was. For me, any drinking leads to getting drunk, and a good chance I'll end up steering several thousand pounds of steel down the road. So the only way we're going to stop most impaired drivers, at least before they get impaired, is to point out to people when they have a problem. I don't want to get in the way of anybody having a good time, and I've said before, it seems almost un-American to tell other people how they need to live their lives.
I hate preachy teetotalers. I'm done with that. Sorry, tune you out, Jim. Yeah. Whatever. I quite like drinking, and no one likes a quitter. All right. On that note, I think I'm ready to just turn on some goddamn music. JT on the old school station. Oh gosh, I forgot what I was talking about. I got wrapped up in traffic and bullshit on the radio. Whatever train of thought I had, it has long since jumped the tracks. Took me a lot longer to get my tacos than I expected it to. Well, anyway, that woman who was so stressed out about how long it was taking her to turn cars, I did hear her talking about the timer. Oh, it put me in time, we gotta get them out fast. You know, one thing I learned really quickly when I worked in a fast-through drive-through, I wasn't paid enough to give a fuck about how long it took cars to turn cars through. That said, I always did what I could to get the cars through quickly. Such as if they ordered something and it was available in 2 varieties, before I hit it into the computer and had to try to figure out how to back it out and change it, I would ask them what kind they wanted. And not that I ever worked at a, well, actually, come to think of it, I did work at Taco Bell, but I don't think we actually had soft tacos back when I worked there. It was so long ago. But certainly in a situation like today where they have their big promoted sale of 3 tacos for, I think it's $1.59, 3 snack tacos, and they're available as hard shell tacos or soft tacos. If somebody asked for multiples of 3 snack tacos, certainly the first thing I would be asking is, do you want them hot or... Oh wow, that guy was hesitating to go because the guy in front of him damn near turned onto the tracks. I don't know if y'all can see that in the video. I could barely see it because of the vehicle in front of me that stopped. Who is now in the bike lane. That is a really ill-placed bike lane. You see that? Its right tire completely straddling the line to the bike lane. Yeah, painted bike lanes are just not a safe thing. This car's driving right over paint. So glad to be around that guy. He is clearly lost and can't deal with just moving forward and not being an obstacle while being lost. I hope she got the right sauce in here. Yes, Del Scorcho. Yeah, last time I did the taco thing, they had no problem getting the soft tacos. They got that right. First time I did it, I had asked for soft tacos. I got hard shell tacos. But yeah, they had no... Oh, and they're soft. So yeah, they had no problem getting that right the last time I did the Taco Tuesday thing on my way to work with the lettuce on the side. And no trouble with the lettuce on the side. She didn't even seem to struggle with that concept at all, like this woman did. But I definitely asked for Del Scorcho. In fact, I listened to it because I was vlogging the same, just like I am right now. And I listened to it when I uploaded it the next day, and I was like, yep, I definitely asked for Del Scorcho. And fucking bitch gave me Del Inferno. That stuff was just like all heat with no flavor. Not happy about that. Unfortunately, we got packaged of Cholula at work, so at least I was able to salvage my tacos. But yeah, she got the sauce right. Seems like she got all the order right. Certainly would have been beneficial had she just handed me my receipt when she handed me my credit card back. I mean, when I was a cashier in a drive-thru place, that was just procedure. That's what you were supposed to do. In fact, as I recall, when I worked at Taco Bell, we actually had a sign in the window that said, if you weren't given your receipt, call this 1-800 number and let us know, and we'll give you a free taco. Because that often, if a cashier is not giving you, it used to be if a cashier wasn't giving you a receipt, that was a sign that they were skimming from the till. Basically saying what your total was, but not actually ringing your total up and then putting that money in their pocket and calling their orders to the back some other way. Or maybe at a place that's low volume, you know, preparing the food themselves. At least that's what I've been told. That's what I've read is kind of why Taco Bell used to be really aggressive about having the sign saying, hey, if you don't get a receipt, let us know. Nowadays, I'm pretty convinced it's just cashiers are lazy. You know, and whatever. I guess they're acting their wage. Speaking of acting my wage, right when I went into my shift yesterday, all in all, I feel like I had a pretty good shift yesterday. Right at the beginning of my day, Ty actually approached me and told me, hey, just so you know, we're still, you know, gonna get you back on the forklift. And she goes, well, you're in for it. They'll come and, you know, learning will come get you. They're gonna come get you this week. And I'm like, and I was kind of pessimistic in my response. I'm like, yeah. I said, I've given up on talking to them about it. I said, I'm pretty skeptical, but if it happens, that'll be nice. And just kind of went about it. I don't know. I didn't really pay that close of attention to Ty's facial expression to see how he responded to that, and I'm pretty bad about misreading those sort of things anyway. But yeah, it's become an exercise in frustration, just going up and you know, I'm never getting answers when I talk to vehicle on my right doesn't have taillights. It's just often an exercise in frustration, just going up there and I get told one thing and another thing happens, or, you know, Jessica making excuses. And for me, it's just the biggest thing is how she can't seem to wrap her head around the fact that this incident that I'm supposedly suspended for, she witnessed it happen, and she told me that night that it was okay. Like, I don't understand why, if she has the authority, she just can't go in or talk to whoever it was that said, oh, he's got to retrain, and say, well, actually, I was there, and it's not a problem, I just evaluated him. Like, I don't see why they can't sidestep the bullshit of retraining, especially considering how overwhelmingly busy. Well, the guy had his headlights on too, the vehicle with no taillights. Just he needs to fix the taillights on his trailer. Either they're not connected or the connection's not working. That's a bit of a hazard though, pulling a trailer with no lights on it after dark in the city. So anyway, yeah, stupid busy as we are, and as a consequence of being stupid busy, a lot of things that are normally available to me as an Amazon employee to help me manage my schedule and manage my time seem to be unavailable to me right now, and it's going to come to a head in a couple of days. So they've reinstilled mandatory overtime, and my mandatory overtime day is Thursday, which obviously I cannot work Thursday because I have to be at Bullock's on Thursday. Last time it came up, I had no problem taking care of it. When I realized it was on my schedule, I just put it in for shift swap, and somebody took it like within the hour and swapped it with me for a Saturday night, which is fine. You can work on Thursday, I work Saturday night. I have no problem working Saturday night or Friday night for that matter, and move and all was fine. And then they eliminated mandatory overtime, you know, by the next week, so everything was fine. Yeah, so I went to do that during my lunch break yesterday, and was very shocked to find out that it said shift swap is not available on this date. Now I'm going to try and do this to I-10 and get off at 67th if the traffic looks heavy. I was thinking about going across on Buckeye, but last minute changed my mind. I do wish I had some data on my other phone so I could look at the Google traffic aggregate and see what I'm working with. Street lights are out, kind of dark through here. Anyway, yeah, so I was kind of shocked to see that that wasn't available, and I don't know if they just have got shift swap blacked out because of mandatory overtime being instilled. They certainly didn't do that last time we had mandatory overtime, or if I just waited till too close to the date, and maybe I should have checked it a couple of days ago. At any rate, I'm like, ooh, I can't do that, so I put in to request for vacation time, because I do have enough vacation available to me, but and somebody else was like, oh, well, vacation suspended, they're not approving vacation right now. Now that's the one thing, vacation has to be approved, which to me is pretty shitty. Now, if they are globally denying vacation everywhere, I think it's pretty shitty that the A to Z app didn't immediately give me a pop-up telling me that. The pop-up it gave me said that it will be presented to my manager and to come back and check and see if it got approved. But I thought, yeah, I don't want to wait till the last second on that. So after lunch, when I caught Sean when he wasn't too overly busy, since he's my direct manager, at least that's how it's listed in my app. I mean, a lot of times I go to Ty, but I figure this is probably one that would be better to go to Sean, since he's the one that's most likely he's the one that it gets directed to for approval of vacation. And mind you, I have more than enough vacation time accrued to cover it. I like this song. Anyway, so when I caught up with Sean, I mentioned it to him. He was like, I said, yeah, I was kind of shocked I couldn't do shift swap. He's like, oh, that's disabled right now. I'm like, yeah, that's a problem. I said I put in for vacation, and I was hoping that the conversation would go in the direction of, you know, well, if you're the one that approved it, can you just, you know, please make a point to just approve that right away? You know, and I'll come into work Saturday or, you know, Friday, whenever the hell you need me. I just can't do Thursday. And he just immediately said, oh yeah, there's no, they're not allowing anybody to take vacation right now because of peak season. He goes, I can't even take vacation right now. And I'm like, okay. I said, well, I absolutely can't come in on Thursday. Like, I have another obligation. I've got another job every Thursday since I had long before I got hired here, and I'm a one-man operation there. I don't have anybody that can cover it. It just can't be done. And then his suggestion was get on a different schedule, which, just to be fair, is something that they suggested the last time this cropped up with it's what HR suggested, but they didn't really explain it as well as Sean did. They were just like, oh, just go to blah, blah, blah. And the way they explained it to me is they made it sound like I would have to change my schedule. In other words, like my whole schedule, instead of working my Sunday through Wednesday nights, which I absolutely love. That schedule's perfect for me. I've been on that schedule damn near a year. I picked that schedule. When I applied for the job, there was no mention of a mandatory overtime day on Thursdays. The job that I signed up for explicitly said I did not work on Thursdays, which is explicitly why I took that. Anyway, so yeah, I'm not wanting to change the days I work. No. And anyway, what Sean explained to me is that there were different schedules that would be still front half that same thing, but instead of my overtime day being set as Thursday, it would be set on Saturday. I'm like, oh, that's perfect. I can do that. And then that wasn't explained to me the time before with HR. HR did not even say that was an option. And the fucked up thing is when I went up there, I specifically said that's what I wanted. I said, I don't need to change my schedule. I just need to change my overtime, my mandatory overtime day. If it pops up, it cannot be on a Thursday. I cannot work here on Thursdays. Switch it to Saturday. I got no obligation to Saturday night. Saturday night, I just go out drinking and I can come in here and work instead. That's not a problem. And they made it sound like that was an impossibility. Well, Sean was like, oh, well, that's exactly. And I'm like, well, I said, I have no idea to do that. Can you please, help me? So I opened up A to Z, and to be fair, Sean seemed to struggle with how to do it in the A to Z app. Like, it took quite a bit of clicking for him to find it. There's no way in hell I'd have found it on my own. There's just simply no way. I wonder if that's the exit that I wanted. I want to exit on 67th, and I haven't really memorized where it is. Okay, 67th Avenue, 1 mile. I made good time. It's 6:32, add 3 minutes, 6:35. So have time to actually pop in the break room, eat some tacos, text Priscilla back. She keeps begging me to leave the deadbolt unlocked so she can. That's not my exit. About ready to head on the southbound 202. I think if I take that, my next exit isn't until Buckeye. Because I have enough time, I could have done that, but yeah, it's just a waste of time and gas right now, and I don't need to be wasting either. Yeah, Rory's, I want to come and visit the kiddies. And I guess I can get with that. I'm just, with things that I've found out that she's done to my TV, and I'm still pretty upset at how she moved my trackie and didn't tell me she found it under the bed and then deliberately hid it from me. To me, that's kind of fucked up. Now, she's accused me of doing some of that kind of stuff with some of her stuff, and I don't think I ever really have. But no, I think things that are missing. Now, granted, I may have inadvertently moved some of her shit, just trying to straighten up and get it the fuck out my way. But, my fallback position on any time I may have done that is, bitch, your shit didn't belong in my house to begin with. Just saying. Anyway, yeah, she, I don't know, I texted her back and was like, well, hey, if I do that, are you gonna be in bed waiting for me when I get home? Like, that's the only reason to me that I can fully justify, like, leaving it open, because I can feed the cats just fine. I can take care of the cat's litter box just fine. I mean, if it's going to be pet related, at least say something to motivate me to it's really visit the cats and go into your apartment while you're not there. Yeah, it's not very appealing to me. At least say something along the lines of, hey, I'll bring a case of cat food over, or bring a thing of kitty litter over. I just had to buy a thing of kitty litter. That shit's got expensive too. Everything's more expensive. Yeah, you want to bring some cat food by or something, that would at least motivate me to like, all right, bringing something worthwhile by and not just snooping around my apartment while I'm not there. Okay. I mean, the best thing she could do for me is stay the night and be, you know, naked in bed waiting for me when I get home. That would be shit. If she made a point to do that, I'd leave the door available. So I'd leave the deadbolts unlocked for her every night. I would, but yeah, I'm a little nervous about her rummaging through my shit. And I know she doesn't have her vehicle. At least I'm reasonably sure she doesn't have her vehicle back. I mean, not like Rob is obligated to tell me when he gets her vehicle back, and probably shouldn't, but yeah, it's my belief that she does not have a vehicle right now. Oh, and she said yesterday she was actually going into her office to work, as opposed to the usual work from home. And she did say that might be happening more with her company. I guess the office is somewhere in Scottsdale. I don't know where in Scottsdale. Scottsdale is a very big place, but I mean, the way she suggested it, I'm assuming it's somewhere near Old Town, but who knows? I mean, it could be, you know, up in the Careland area for all I know. Anyway, yesterday I did offer though. I said, well, you know, if you want to, and of course I didn't leave the deadbolt open for her, but I told her she should come by in the morning before work. I mean, you know, she can get up before work and do some things before work. That's what I did today. I mean, granted, there are the days, you know, that I just barely wake up in time for work and I kind of struggle to get out the door. But like today I woke up at noon. I want to say I probably went to bed. I was really tired when I got off work. I want to say I went to bed at about, I mean, as soon as I got home, I was right in bed. Fed the cats, went directly to bed. And I was probably asleep by like, you know, got home a little after 6 as per usual. I was probably sound asleep by 7, if not sooner. Didn't do anything. In fact, I probably could have like finished and got my blog from yesterday uploaded. I didn't even work on that. I was just too tired to even fuck with that. I was like laying down. Like the entire second half of my work shift yesterday, I was just sleepy, dragging ass. In fact, I want to say like probably the last couple hours of the shift, maybe 3 hours of the shift, I was water spiring, and every time I went into a loading zone and there wasn't product immediately ready to pull, rather than looking for other work, I just basically parked my pallet jack and leaned up against the tower of boxes that the problem solver was working on and damn near fell asleep every time. I'd be like, take your time, take your time, I need a nap. In fact, at one point I wedged myself in between I wouldn't say I wedged myself in, but there was just enough of a gap I could lean myself in, and there was a pallet right up against the safety barrier, and then the next pallet, which would be the one I would be bringing out, was probably about 1.5 feet, maybe 2 feet away from the safety barrier, and I holding on to my pallet jack, and I put myself in the space and was just kind of leaning in the corner between the pallet behind it and the pallet I was on. And mind you, these are boxes stacked like 7 feet high, so I'm kind of standing up, but I'm kind of leaning into that corner, and at this point I'm really only visible through the safety barrier. And wouldn't you know, little Liz was unloading a truck in the next zone, and she stopped as she's going by and was giving me shit for it. I was like, girl, I'm tired. I'm tired. This is my hidden sleepy space. Anyway, I like little Liz. She's cool. And damn cute. Although so tiny. So tiny. It's kind of funny seeing such a petite girl as a forklift operator. That's something you regularly see. Wow, that fool driving with no headlights at all. So yeah, I just immediately went to sleep. First woke up at noon and I'm thinking to myself, like, I'm only at like 4, maybe 5 hours sleep. This is not sleep. I was hurting yesterday. I need to try to go back to sleep, and I did manage to get myself back to sleep. A lot of times, if I wake up in the middle of the day, it's just next to impossible for me to get back to sleep. But I did. I think I just went and got myself a snack or whatever. I will say this: it's a lot easier for me to get back to sleep now that Priscilla is not in my home, in Lily's room, blah 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 blah, on her work from home, running her mouth job. So that is better. I think if she was still there, I probably would not have been able to get back to sleep. But I did get back to sleep. I want to say I woke up about 3:30-ish, and I was like, yeah, that's enough sleep. And I've been up and productive since. Working on my, working on trying to get my blog posted, which it's not done, but it's to the point it's uploading-ish. It's on the Obama phone, which of course has no data, so it's like kind of. I'm pretty sure with YouTube it'll resume uploading as soon as that phone finds itself a connection to the internet, which will probably be the Amazon Wi-Fi, which is dog shit slow, but at least it's generally steady.
Bigger and better. I bought these scones with my cash back. I love scones. Me too. Scones for everyone.
Anyway, she
75% cash back with the cash rewards card. Learn more at NavyFederal.com.
So I was telling Priscilla, it's like, well, you should come, because I didn't tell her, hey, I don't want you in my apartment when I'm not there, but I'm thinking she could put 2 and 2 together and think that maybe I'm not into that, especially when I don't even know, like, I don't just go get to spend time in her place when she's not there. I don't even know where the fuck her place is. So, you know, I'm a big believer in being equally yoked, you know, and equal, you know, hey, whatever access you're allowing to me, I'm cool to allow you, you know, equivalent. But yeah, like for her to be able to just come into my place when I'm not there and like, but I don't even know where the fuck her place is, that's not equal at all. Couldn't be more unequal. So, on that note, I'm a little worried she might take the cats. It didn't even occur to me till now. Oh well, hindsight's 20/20. Hopefully that doesn't happen. But yeah, on that note, I should probably move the cat carriers into the storage unit instead of them being in the kitchen where she could easily grab them and then grab the cats. But well, listen to this.
You know you can get a seasonal warehouse job offered today. You don't even need to interview. That means you can make extra cash before the holidays. You can even pick your own payday. And seasonal jobs can lead to full-time, regular employment. You'll be amazed by what you can get as an Amazon warehouse associate. To learn more about all the benefits of working a seasonal job at Amazon, go to amazon.com/hourly. Amazon is proud to be an equal opportunity employer.
Hey, and if anybody does that, if you hit that question where it asks if you were referred, or if you got a referral, tell them yes. And then when it asks for the ID of the employee referring you, type in DANILEIM. Tell them I referred you. You'll get a bonus. I'll get a bonus. I could use that right now. You could use that right now. Anyway, especially you, Adam Gilligan, if you're listening. Look at that, somebody in an orange vest who has somebody who loves him enough to bring him to work. Wonder if that's his wife, or his mom, or his roommate, or his brother. Things like that remind me of just how thoroughly alone I am. So, had my lunch, not yesterday, but the day before, and a young guy sitting across from me on the table, and he had his FaceTime opening. He's talking to his wife, or maybe baby mama, but most likely wife. And she put the baby. Apparently, he's got a little girl. It's like barely verbal. I'm assuming a toddler. And put her on the thing. He's like, "Oh look, Daddy's here," and I'm just like, God, how awesome would it be to have that waiting at home for me? All I got waiting home for me are 2 fucking demanding black cats. And I worry about my ex-girlfriend coming and taking. Any question why divorced middle-aged men are really high on the suicide statistics? Anyway, so I don't know what's going to happen with Thursday. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get that night off. It's not. I mean, obviously I'm not coming in. I mean, I guess I could always call the bar and say, hey, Amazon will let me get the night off. What will happen if I don't come in? I know what would happen. I'd make a lot more fucking money. An overtime shift here, I get over twice. I get about 3 times the pay for an overtime shift here compared to what I get for a night at karaoke at Bullocks. So there's that. I mean, from a strict financial perspective, I'd be in a better financial position if I just told Bullocks to fuck off and just walked out of the show, but I don't want to. I mean, that show is kind of my life, you know, and it is my social life, a little bit of a social life I had. Anyway, that's what's on my mind. There's probably some things I was trying to draw conclusions of, but oh yeah, so I did ask Priscilla, you know, hey, well, why don't you get up, come see, you know, come over when I get home. She's like, well, I gotta go. I was waiting for that car on the left to back into the one parked next to me. He sure got awfully damn close. Yeah, dude, you're over the line and you're in the parking spot. Stop backing up. Stop backing up. Take it out of reverse. Turn off your reverse lights. Your bad driving is making me nervous. He's not moving, but his reverse lights are on, which means his vehicle's still in reverse. As he gets out of the vehicle. That's weird. So you will get up early. Priscilla is not one to get up early, by the way. She just, yeah. She is the CPT stereotype. She really is. Yeah, she's. I mean, as long as I've been dating over 11 years. I mean, she's notoriously always just late with stuff, late doing stuff, late showing up. Doesn't just, I mean, I've lost count of how many flights we've missed because being on Priscilla's version of CPT, we don't get to the gate in time. Never ever has that been a problem for me flying alone, ever. So, yeah, we go to concerts together. I missed the opening act when I specifically tell her I wanted to see the opening act because, yeah, so obviously it's not happening. But I threw that out there. I'm like, hey, come over after I get off work. You know, I get home about 6. I think she doesn't go to work till like 8 or 9. She's like, well, I have to leave at 7. I'm like, oh, there's an hour. That's fine. And assuming she's not driving, it's like, well, you know, just wait a little bit longer. I said, I can drive you to work. I mean, she never responded to that. She responded this afternoon saying, oh, I thought I texted you back. Yeah, you fucking didn't. Anyway, I'm here. It's 6:50. I gotta get my ass in the building. Thanks for coming with on the drive.